a bar that I had my very first drink in when I was 17 years old.
I saw this.
It burned down.
Can I tell you a story about a very like dynasty bar?
Yeah.
That closed down, and why I think why.
Yeah.
My college town. I went to South Carolina, University of South Carolina, in Columbia, South Carolina.
The
Gamecocks. So there's some inside info on here.
Ooh, okay.
And some conspiracy theories, right?
Shit.
So there's this bar, and in our 5 points, our little 5 points, these are all the bars where the college kids would go. There was a famous bar called Pavlov's. That was like
the dog.
Dude, it was the bar where like if you used your real ID to get in, you were too old to be in.
Hilarious.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
College to a T.
Right. Like everybody, you should be, there it is, there's Pavs. But this place was like, I mean, look at it.
I love
look
it.
Look at it, right?
That's just my
It's
speed.
fucking amazing. We would all hang out on that little deck. See that deck right next to it?
Sure.
I mean, just horrendous. Like, I was behind those cars passing the same
Go to that
ID
picture. Yeah, ooh, that
back
deck.
and forth to each other. So fun.
Ooh, I like it.
So this was the college bar, right? And no matter how many times they got raided by SLED, South Carolina's law, and SLED, South Carolina law, and whatever. How many times they got raided?
Department.
Yeah. For underage drinking, and we all got drinking tickets or whatever else. It never shut down. It was always just like every other bar in that, every other college bar. It lasts 6 months, and then it turns into Elbow Room, Village Idiot. They all change names, but this Pavlov State, like my friends' parents were like, "Oh, Pavs, we know Pavs. We grew up at Pavs, right? Never closed down. Decades it was standing." And then, did you hear about the Murdaugh murders? Did you hear?
I've heard of them. Yes.
Okay, so it was happened in a small town in the Low Country, where. I mean, this is its own story in itself. There's documentaries about it on Netflix. Yeah. But essentially, like, this guy, he killed his wife and his kid, but he had a bunch of hunting property, and they don't really talk about it that much, but there was a landing strip on this hunting property where, private small planes would land.
Little teeny ones, like the guy that would smuggle coke to...
Well, why else do you have a landing strip, right, on your property? And I haven't watched all the documentaries when I start following this case, because he's wrapped up in so much stuff, but I'm like, when you're from South Carolina, I went to college there, people be talking, and it's very clear he was involved in drug trafficking.
So someone was keeping Pavlov's open.
So Pavlov's was his son went to South Carolina, and it's rumored that his son was Pavlov's was the connector, right? Where they were getting the drugs out into the community, and it was protected by the DA. And then the minute that the Murdaugh murder started getting like national attention, Pavlov's closed and never reopened. How would Pavlov stay open through thick and thin, through everything for decades, and then all of a sudden Murdaugh murders start getting national attention, and then the DA shuts down Pavs? It's because he's involved in drug trafficking, and he was being protected by somebody in the government. Allegedly.
No, but
this is. But I'm saying these kind of bars don't. They don't just catch on fire. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see. You're putting your tinfoil hat on.
Yeah.
And like I said, if there was a matter of that, I mean, if there was, I don't begrudge the people who did that. If they're allowed to take their own, sure. I would rather it. Somebody else said this. I would rather it had burned down completely like that than to just close and exist like a shell of itself. And you have to walk by the building and be like, ugh. Remember what was going on here?
Yeah.
But RIP to these bars. I mean, I did a lot of drugs there. I made out with a lot of girls there. I had a lot of fun. And so I tip my hat to you, and now I'm continuing on. It's like a part of my midlife crisis. It's like a dad finding his Letterman jacket and the sleeve is ripped off, and he's like, God, remember the good old days. My good old days just burned down in the fire there.
Your good old days are a graffiti piss-stained bathroom stall.
Yes, it is.
The opposite of a Letterman jacket.
Exactly.